NBC News has some exclusive reporting this morning that allies of Donald Trump in Florida are trying to flip state Republican lawmakers who previously endorsed Governor DeSantis and try to bring them over to Team Trump. Two sources familiar with the effort tell NBC News as many as 6 Florida GOP lawmakers could announce their switch to Trump as early as next week. A Florida Republican lobbyist who has heard about the effort but isn't involved said he expects at least 5 more to move to the former president. The move is scheduled to coincide with the Florida Freedom Summit on Saturday, which will feature all of the major Republican presidential candidates. DeSantis will be speaking midday Saturday at the summit, while Trump secured the premier slot as the event's keynote speaker. In addition to the summit, the third Republican presidential debate hosted by NBC News is being held in the state of Florida, Miami, next Wednesday. Trump is, of course, skipping the debate, as he did the first 2, and will hold a counter-programming event nearby. Joining us now, national political reporter for Politico, Elena Schneider. Elena, great to see you this morning. So let's start with DeSantis. This is a bit of a humbling moment here. This is his state, a state where he has, until recently anyway, enjoyed pretty high poll numbers. He is definitely second fiddle in this event this weekend. And now there's this effort for Team Trump to try to steal some of his supporters. Give us your thoughts, and the Republicans you've spoken to, about how important this next week or so, including that debate, is for Governor DeSantis.
Well, look, we're starting to see the Republican presidential field start to winnow. Mike Pence, of course, just recently dropped out of the presidential campaign. There is an effort underway to try and consolidate a bit as to who is running in this primary. And this is just obviously another attempt by Team Trump to try and put pressure on Ron DeSantis to show that even though Florida is his home state, the story of Florida, how he's been able to win there, is such a key part of his own presidential bid, that he doesn't actually have the near unanimous support that he talks about on the campaign trail. And instead, there are these state lawmakers who may actually end up flipping from supporting DeSantis to Trump as a sign of how this primary is continuing to sort of focus and clarify as Trump has maintained this #1 slot consistently throughout basically this entire year in public polling.
So as the field begins to winnow, as you said, there are some who are opposed to Trump who say we need to consolidate around someone. And Nikki Haley seems to be the choice of the moment, but she's still well behind Trump in national polls and battleground state polls. What are Republican operatives thinking? Does Haley have a shot here?
Well, look, she is the only one who has seen real movement. She's the only candidate who's been able to build out a base from in this low single digits a couple of months ago to now hitting high double digits in places like New Hampshire just recently. New Hampshire and South Carolina, 2 key early states. So she's somebody who's at least seen some movement. And so that's part of her team's pitch as to why she should be the alternative to Donald Trump here, because she's the only one who's really demonstrated the ability to grow her base. But at the end of the day, the consolidation around Trump has remained solid, and it's not clear that even if all of the other candidates were to drop out and all of that support would go to Nikki Haley, that she would necessarily be able to ultimately beat Trump in a primary. So it's still an incredibly narrow path for anyone who's not named Donald Trump in this presidential primary right now.
Yeah, that can't be said enough.